Well, smack my ass and shave my balls. It's the best damn podcast from Chippewa Falls.
All right, welcome to Tales from the Hicks. Am I loud again? All right, we are on episode 8. We are on.
No, he didn't say anything about mail.
What?
Yay!
He thought I said.
No.
He thought I said Nate.
Oh,
Episode 8.
I thought you said hate.
Hate.
What?
We'll get to the emails from the fans later.
Okay.
We are on Spotify. We are on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast. We are got our videos on YouTube, obviously, if you're watching it now. Let's get to telling them who we are.
Well, I'm Jason.
and I'm Chad.
I'm Ben.
And I am Nate. So let's kick off.
With a little bit of weather. It is 64 degrees.
Feels
Winds.
much hotter than that.
Does it?
It feels hot in here.
There's a song about that. Some Nelly guy, I think, said that.
Let's
Yes.
not.
Take off all your clothes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
But don't take them all off because there is a breeze at 11 miles an hour coming from the northwest.
So I don't know if any of our listeners do this, but I know that we do. Go back and listen to our prior episodes.
Yep.
In episode 2, Ben started off the show with a PSA saying that he needed to get something off of his chest. And then you asked him, or you had told him that you were hoping that it was his shirt to get his off his chest. And
Right.
in which he replied, once we get more followers and listeners, he would. Which
Not there yet.
just this week, though, we surpassed 2,500. So,
All right.
Ooh,
That's a big
25
milestone.
Up. That's awesome.
so
big number.
What is the number? So,
Well, we need to figure out how many we can afford to lose. Because once I start getting naked, that viewership is going to drop dramatically.
Or
they might-
increase.
it could
No,
increase.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Fuck, all right.
No, I don't know anybody that's got a fetish like that.
All right.
You never
Well,
know.
there's that. What's that channel?
OnlyFans.
See?
OnlyFans. Yeah. What's that channel? Like you're not a fucking subscriber.
Yeah. Right.
Lacey, can you help me in here for a minute?
Keep getting these pop-ups on my phone.
It says, where do I put in my credit card information? This lady in Czechoslovakia says she wants to get to know me a little bit better.
Just trying to put food on our table.
Svetlana's got 4 kids, okay? One of them's got a cleft palate. That bitch needs help.
Yeah.
Oh, Svetlana. God, I love her. Let's, so we kind of have an idea of what you did this week. Obviously. Was there anything else that you'd like to share? Is there anything else you'd like to share with us of what you did this week?
Well, I went to work. I did that.
Interesting.
You know, and I find it really unsettling that we still have to go to a regular day jobs when we have this.
Yeah, it's well, the bank keeps saying that that they haven't seen any deposits, so I'm sure it's on their end.
All that 98 cents is just hanging out in the balance then somewhere.
Collecting interest.
Hey, there it is.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
something.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well-
Nothing else over.
Let's see. What else did
you
I
had to
do?
do something besides work. I mean, there was at least 3 hours from the time you got done with work to the time you went to bed.
Svetlana.
No. I didn't do that.
No.
I never even heard about this.
Did you end up going last week after the show with Tanner to get your bidet?
No. No, I didn't. I didn't get a bidet. I would like to, though.
I had an idea.
And then
because you.
but I got the garden hose hooked up
I will tell you.
Oh,
to
nice.
the bucket.
to the bucket. Yep, I got that done.
How's that been going?
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, that's pretty sweet. So if the bidet works like that garden hose,
Does that wake you up in the morning?
yeah. Yeah. Nice cold squirt to the butthole works good.
Thanks, Caleb.
What if it was a hot squirt?
I think that'd be better.
You say think like you haven't had a hot squirt.
Right.
How about a hot squirt?
No, but so I did change Lacey's oil
Oh, yeah.
Twice.
Did you check it first?
Checked her oil.
She a
Gotta
quart low?
drain some fluid.
Amen.
Let me tap that off here for you.
Yep.
No, but anyway, I changed the oil in my truck and in her car. And back in October, I think it was, she was going to work and she was going down J because she hates going down 53 because you hit every stoplight from McDonald or by Pure Pleasures, Farm and Fleet, all those stoplights. So she takes the back way on J there, and right by Slim's, she, for whatever reason, it was dark out at 6:30. She goes to work, and she was looking off to the side or whatever, and she turns around and looks up, and there was a deer laying in the road. Somebody had already hit it,
Oh.
so it was dead, but she couldn't do nothing. All she could do was try to
Run it over.
I think they call that overkill.
Right. So when I went to go,
Poor thing.
right. So when I changed the oil, I had it up on the ramps, and I was looking, and there's still hair and fat and
Any usable meat?
no.
Oh,
God. I don't think we're that kind of Hicks.
Yeah, that's been way over.
well, it was cool in the morning.
She went through the car wash. And
This
all
was
that.
October,
Yeah. Last year.
not Monday.
Right.
Oh,
So yeah, that's what.
Here, are your headphones on? Let me
yeah.
Are they on the right ear?
Good. How are you?
Oh, yeah. You're
No, it was 64 degrees.
Oh.
Okay.
Your headphones are in the wrong ear again.
So other than that, no, that's all I did.
He likes that.
Work and change the oil and stuff. Waiting to cut grass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still haven't done
see,
that.
now, though, we're into no mow May.
No,
Ah,
man.
Doesn't
Got to support the bees, buddy.
Yes.
doesn't affect me
And if
at
you
all.
don't do it for the bees, do it for the boobies.
Oh.
See what you did there.
Yeah, the scary bees. All right, Chad, what'd you do this week?
Well, unlike Jason, I did mow
you
this week. I
Well,
mowed
if it was prior to May 1st, then
which it was,
Good.
and actually that brings up a little point of mowing. For some reason this year,
Are you going to be putting in a plug for yourself? Because
no, I'm not.
I'm just going to let the editing department know.
No, I'm not. No, nothing for the lawn barber.
No unpaid,
No.
no unpaid sponsorships.
But I actually have mowed every single month this year in Wisconsin.
In January,
Every single month.
I guess that would
Why?
Well, it started out as like a joke kind of thing. You know, I had to move, I don't know if it was November or whatever it was. I moved my push mower from inside the garage to a spot underneath the lean-to. And I was like, oh, the grass is still green. There's no snow.
We didn't have snow.
I'm going to mow a little patch. So that's what I did. And being the Wisconsin winter we had, I pulled it out every month just to mow that same area, just to say I've mowed every single month in Wisconsin. And not snow, grass.
Yep.
So that's what I did this week. Started the mowing rotation and put some fertilizer down again. And so far, so good. It looks nice and green.
Nice.
Good.
Nice.
Nice.
Benjamin. Ben, what did you do?
I was sick the whole last week plus. We got norovirus at our house, so that's why we didn't do anything on Sunday, because I was still contagious and the wife was contagious. And luckily the boy, we actually got it from him, but he had hardly any symptoms at all. The
Nice.
wife and I, on the other hand, I experienced what must be like to live life as Jason does, 24/7, 365. There were a lot of code brownish yellows at our house.
I'm going to shit right now.
And yes, it was bad.
That's where the bucket comes in handy.
I would stop eating dairy if that was my life all the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
was
but it's
not
good. It's so good. Dairy's good though.
Not that good. No, no,
That's why I got a bucket in the garage.
Not good enough to get a bucket.
no, not good enough to eat dairy.
No, well,
No.
So did you, in fact, use a bucket? Or were you guys able to get on a good enough rotation?
Yeah, we were. We were on a good enough rotation. I was on the way into the bathroom one morning, and a sneeze happened. Yeah, that trip went from straight to toilet to straight to shower.
Whoops.
Yes, yeah. I sneezed and went, huh. Yep. Don't need to poop anymore. I just painted the back porch black, and brown, and yellow. It was all sorts of everything.
They call that snitting.
Yeah, it was something. I went straight into the shower. Yeah, the wife got up and she's like, "What the fuck is laying in the bathtub?" I said, "It's been a morning, okay? Don't fucking worry about it. It's been a
touch
bad
that.
morning."
It's not a baby Ruth. I'll tell you that.
No, it was my clothes laying in the bathtub. Yeah, it was.
Well, good thing Nate wasn't there.
I
I
was
would have
gonna
pissed
say.
on him.
Yeah, he'd have peed on them. It's okay. They were in the bathtub though, so yeah.
Oh
it
yeah,
was-
I stay away from bathtubs.
Yeah, it was a rough week at our house, but we're all good now. So
That's good to hear.
yeah,
So I'd like to, I guess we kind of talked about this earlier, but I guess the first 5 weeks we were pretty consistent with our poop stories.
Yeah.
And now the last 2 weeks we kind of let the listeners off the hook, so I'm glad we were able to get back into that. And
yeah. Well, I mean, it's something I feel pretty passionately about, you know. So
Yeah.
like to talk about it.
we take our shit seriously.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, good.
yeah.
Nate, would you wrangle up this week?
So on Saturday, I
All right, let's move it on.
All right.
All right, good story. Next.
All right. So what else is on the list here? The fuck? Saturday, I went down and I threw in a dart tournament for the first time in several years, probably 6 years at least. 'Cause I haven't thrown league or anything for
How'd that
probably
go?
6-7 years. Took second place.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Wore my smack my ass and
Shave my balls.
shave my balls.
Yeah.
Representing.
Yep. Put out a plug.
Did any of that happen? Or
I had several offers.
For which part?
Interestingly enough, I had offers on shaving my balls.
Do you not keep the bushes around your deck trimmed up on a normal basis?
I generally,
Okay.
yeah. But I mean,
you go to Sports Clips for that, or
yeah.
yeah?
I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah, it's getting. I gotta say, I mean, I know I'm
Getting harder.
Hard. That's what it's getting hard.
Well, you start playing around down there. Next thing you know,
Just make sure you wear safety glasses.
Well, it's not. It's not coming up in my eyes. I'm not.
It could. That's where the safety glasses come in.
When that goes off,
Yeah. No, it's getting harder because I mean it's harder for me to bend over. I put on a lot of weight in the last year or so, so it's getting harder to do some of those things. I got some really weird moves when I'm in the bathroom. Try to get a foot up on the counter to get underneath there.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
all right,
Chicks dig it, man. What can I say?
nice.
You should try yoga.
Do you stretch before that? I mean, it sounds like you should.
I should.
Yeah.
I should.
I mean, you don't want to be in the bathroom, in the tub, just pull a hammy or something.
Why are you walking like that?
Just trying to shave my balls.
I don't have anyone to do it for me anymore.
Yeah. Self-efficient.
Well, it's important though. You trim the bushes around your deck, it makes it look bigger. So
Drank a lot of beer on Saturday. By the end of the tournament, it was getting really hard to see the board.
That's why you have a partner.
I could have been from the way I was throwing at the very end. I could have been that way at the beginning, and we probably still would have taken second place. I had a really good partner.
Nice.
wow, that's cool.
That helped. There were so many times where I'm sure he was just like, "What is he?
This fucking guy.
This guy." Jeez.
Did you get the solar panels installed on your?
Let's be real.
No, not so much.
No. So I got solar panels I have security cameras on the outside of my house, and I'm getting tired of changing the batteries every 6 months or whatever it is because I need to crawl up there and change them. So I bought these solar panels, but installing is...
You gotta climb up there.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I'm concerned about, well, not concerned, but I'm questioning is like, what's the best angle to put it at so that it's getting sunlight when it's
Straight
over
up.
here? Well, is it? Because you see some of them, sometimes they're like this, or sometimes they're like this. Sometimes, I don't know.
Well, here
It's-
what you do, you just put them up, and then you
See
see
if
how it works, and
right.
if it doesn't work, then you just crawl back up there
And adjust it.
Hey,
I would
Good thinking.
I would say slightly to the west, only for the fact I would think there's longer period from like 10 a.m. till dark.
I was trying to figure out. Some guys at home that way is west. And for me here, let's go into.
good. Oh my god. And that is my left.
Wait, how did you do that?
I still do that more than
I know. That's why I did that.
Righty tighty.
Hold your
Oh,
hands
shit,
up.
no, that is not always true.
Hold your hands up. And then with the one that makes an L,
Yeah.
That's
your
left.
left.
that's your left hand.
I guess I'll just go with the quick thinking in my brain.
There
Does
you go.
left.
That's
Or so another way to help with your directions. See,
Mm-hmm.
we know that way is west, so left is west.
Not always.
For me,
Not how that
just
works
let him
at all.
think that. That'd be fine. Nathan, go west.
okay, so I'll go this way, and that's my west now.
There you go.
That's west.
Oh, my west, but
Yeah.
not west.
Right. So the mail bucket.
Okay. Well,
Let's get into the mail bucket.
mail bucket.
We have mail again.
Mail! Yay! I got mail! Yay!
This is my favorite part. I love it. All right.
We only got a couple this week.
Okay.
All right, let's get into this. We were sent a picture. Well, you guys aren't going to be able to see it.
Oh,
All right, well,
I'll,
just-
with
just-
the new video editing that I can, I'll try to put it up there.
Okay.
Yep,
We got
I
a
see
picture
it.
of a guy with a little
Meatball?
raw meatball with salt and pepper on it.
Oh,
Oh, is
no.
he doing the carnivore thing?
Carnival.
Yep. It said, all you need is a little salt and pepper. Love the content. Keep it up. Aside from Golf League, with arguably the funniest member of the panel, this has me looking forward to Mondays to catch the latest episode. I kid. You are all killing it. They're trying to say that Chad's the funniest.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Lies. But thank you. I
He does
appreciate
tell
it.
the truth.
So did that listener actually eat that, or was that just something they stole from online? Did they say?
You know, I'm not sure. I guess I don't know him well enough to know if that's his hand.
I didn't know if they said anything in there about they actually like
No.
they eat it and liked it, or
Yeah, nope.
all you need is a little salt and pepper. So they probably did.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, could be.
You're in a golf league
Yes. Yes, I am.
on Monday nights.
Monday Night Golf League. Correct.
Is that in Chippewa?
It is at Ojibwa Golf and Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
It's every Monday for 22 weeks. We do have 2 weeks off.
22 weeks.
22
Jeez,
Mondays.
that's like all summer long.
It goes until like September or
October.
something.
That's a long.
But first timer, and I mean, people are there to golf, serious, but it's also they even out because you get a handicap. The first 3 weeks is just straight up go out and golf, have fun, and then everybody's staggered with handicaps. So it should be a good time, and then every week you get points. You know where you finish out of the 50. I think there's 50 or 52 teams. It's
Holy cow!
yeah, it starts I think at 12:30 is the first tee time, and they're like
Everybody golfs on Mondays?
everybody, yep.
Wow.
And it's two-man teams. You tee off in groups of 4 though, and you're locked in on a tee time
Every week.
every week. Same. So we have the same tee time all 22
Awesome,
weeks,
okay.
and pretty much everyone does, but they do allow like, you know, if you know another foursome, be like, hey, can we take your 4
Sure.
o'clock and you take our 5:16? You know, it is what it is, but
Chad out here getting foursomes. I'm having trouble getting twosomes.
yeah. But overall,
Yeah,
good
to be
time.
fair, though, his is all dudes.
See, that's what they say.
Yeah, that's also true, except the group in front of us.
That's what they say.
Not
that,
all dudes.
Sex with 3 people is a threesome. Sex with 2 people is a twosome. So that makes me handsome.
You know what a threesome is, right? That's just an opportunity for me to disappoint 2 chicks at the same time.
That was where the dog comes up and licks you. Anyway.
Oh,
So now we want.
that's
Do you wash your balls
Wow.
when like real slow, like
Did you get your leg up on this?
like?
Oh, you're talking. We're back to golf.
Were we
Go
still
for
on
it.
golf?
Go for it. Guys,
Ooh, good. I'm glad you stopped me because it just about got bad.
He almost started stretching.
I attempt it. I attempt to. I have to do it at home now because they got rid of the ball washers.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. They got rid of the ball
What kind of
washers.
fucking Mickey Mouse horse shit is that?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to bring that up yet at
I'd be
after
talking to
hour
somebody.
drinks.
Write a letter to your congressman.
Yeah.
Some bullshit.
Okay. Well, that's true. I mean, I guess I feel pretty comfortable washing my balls at home, so it's fine. But yeah, a little shocked.
Dishwasher?
No, just by hand. Just running her by hand. One ball at a time.
I can honestly say, other than to just waste time while I'm golfing, that's the only reason I wash my balls. I am not a good enough golfer.
Yeah, me neither. No.
My golf ball could be dipped in cement, let dry, and it would still have no impact on my game.
Well, all right.
No.
Yeah, no, I am in a golf league, like I said, but it's not because I'm good at golf. It's just something a group of us got together, and it's actually it's pretty good time. But
All right.
I wouldn't have enough time to get.
What's
to
your
the golf
What's your best
course.
score for 9?
42 and 45. This the last 2 weeks were 42 and 45. So
You do 18?
9.
Oh, 9.
Not bad.
Yeah, no. So far, I think the lowest on the weeks was 33, and the highest I think was low 50s.
I thought you only could get. Oh yeah, low 50. See, I would be up right around the 90 area.
Oh, you
That's what
stop
mine
at
is.
10.
Yeah.
Stop at
Yeah.
10 each hole.
10 strokes a hole.
Yeah, that's where I.
Gentlemen's 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's where I'm ranking.
Yeah, lots of times though I'll be in the 70s, 60s or 70s, because I'll get to the 6th or 7th hole and say I'm fucking done. And then the golf clubs just go in the bag and it's nothing but cigars and beer the rest of the
Hey,
day.
there you go.
Yeah.
Which we should do that then.
It's the way the game was
We
supposed
should
to
have a Hicks outing.
Yeah.
garner enough interest from our fans and can have enough players.
I don't have any golf clubs.
I got something
They
tomorrow.
It don't matter.
They usually have them at the.
You can use mine if you want. I'm not going to golf. Just going to drive a golf cart, drink beer, and smoke cigars.
Heck yeah.
Could you bring extra cigar for me?
100%.
Ooh, this would be good.
Yep.
When are we doing this?
Sounds good. I'll be there.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Book it.
All right.
Write that down.
Hicks outing.
Hicks
Come and see us.
Come see us.
Oh, it could be a fan and like a meet and greet day.
A meet and greet. Meet the Hicks.
Yeah. If you have met us, you probably don't want to do it again. And if you haven't, you're not missing much. So don't worry about it.
Now, make sure you got something else planned. Then.
I was going to make it. All right. Hey, boys, let's hear your thoughts on the draft. We got another one of these guys. I don't understand. I got to check my filters on these while this doesn't get filtered out. But go Packers and fuck the Bears.
Yeah. The Bears still suck.
Bless this individual's heart.
Hey, well, let's hear your thoughts on the draft. So
What's the next email?
that's the one.
Oh,
Well, that's the second one. That's the last one.
That's the last one.
That's it.
I'm disappointed in you
I am
guys,
too.
all the listeners.
Nothing
we need
about
to.
nothing about travel traditions.
yeah. No, maybe we didn't get that point across. I get. I mean,
We need the emails, guys.
straightforward.
That 1 week we were pretty good, decent. We got some emails, but
we had good 4, 5, 6 of them.
yeah, we need more.
Definitely. But thoughts on the draft? I guess if Vikings went out and got J.J. McCarthy,
They did.
got their quarterback.
What do you think? I guess you say. I mean, you say that, and
I'll just sit back for this. You guys duke it out. I'll just sit back and I'll listen.
so you didn't watch it last Thursday,
What?
the draft.
No.
Oh, okay.
Jason was in bed by the time that started.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they did go out and get their quarterback. I mean, I did watch it here and there, more so on my phone, like updated, trades and things like that. Obviously, they know more than I do. I mean, I feel no matter who you get at any position is you have a 50-50 chance because they're now in the big leagues, So hopefully it works out for them. If it doesn't, then obviously in 2 years you're back to the same situation.
Right.
I do think it's going to affect the contract negotiations with Justin Jefferson. But otherwise than that, the only other guy that I seem to hear a little bit about was I don't know his name, but the Packers got him. He looks his highlight reel was just phenomenal. He's a defensive player.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that one guy.
I can't remember his name either, but
Right.
They're I think he was their second round pick,
Could have been.
if I'm not mistaken, because their first round was offensive lineman.
Yeah. But yeah, no, otherwise than that, I definitely didn't tune in on Saturday for any of that.
I watched a good chunk of the first round, some of the second, and then just on my phone here and there to see who the Packers drafted. I used to be like super into the draft.
Yep.
And I do watch a lot of college football, so that part tends to hold my interest a little more because you're familiar with a lot of the big names. But it's such a crapshoot with the draft. Like everybody knows, I mean, he could be a seventh rounder you never heard of, and
Right.
hey, look, he's the next Tom Brady.
Sure.
I mean, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. But I thought the Packers draft was decent. I mean, you just got to hope that they hit on the right guys and they pay off for them. I mean, they took there wasn't a lot of flashy talent, skill player picks, but I thought it was a pretty good draft overall. And
You heard it here
So-
first, folks. Green Bay Packers have no flashy talent.
there was no big skill player acquisitions in the draft, is what I
The
was
Green Bay
getting at.
Packers have no skill. You heard it here.
We'll see how that pans out when we play the fucking Queens. So
Well, would it be Jordan Morgan, Edgerrin Cooper, or
I think
Javon
Edgerrin
Bullard?
Cooper.
It's Bullard.
Bullard?
Javon
Yeah.
Bullard. Okay.
I think he's safety.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his and I obviously everybody we were talking about this at work, and I said the same thing. I basically just did. His highlight reel looked great. Sure, I get it. That's a highlight reel, but like his passion looked like. I mean, that's what he's here to do.
And speaking of
So-
highlight reels, I put one together, and we sounded funny in our highlight reel too. So I mean,
Oh yeah,
it's kind of the same situation.
Even a blind squirrel can find it out once in a while. I do have to say I watched the McAfee show for the draft, and I'm a big fan of the McAfee show. I try to watch it as often as I can or listen to it. But Belichick was on there, and
Good.
it was really good with Belichick on there. I mean, that guy just has a ridiculous amount of football knowledge, but it was really cool to see him for an extended period of time in some mode other than
coach.
we're on to Jacksonville. His typical interaction with the media, like the way he broke down the film, and he put together a tape on every single guy that was projected to go in the first round. And he had in-depth analysis on every single pick, and I thought it was really good. It was really well done. Obviously, he knows a metric F ton about football. But what I thought was really cool too is a lot of times when you watch highlight reels that ESPN has put together or whoever, it is just hey, let's suck this guy's cock for a while and make them look like they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. You know what I mean?
Definitely a different draft than I watched.
But I mean, it's almost always like, oh my God, this guy's so amazing. Look at all the awesome stuff he does. And, in college, that's pretty easy to do because most of your big schools always have a couple games against crummy schools.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And all those players look awesome when you play St. Mary's School for Blind Paraplegic Kids, But Belichick's tape that he put together, it was always good on good.
Okay.
So, it was never
Ranked teams.
yeah, it was never, awesome team against shitty team. It was always, two solid teams. And he had good stuff and bad stuff. Like, here's what I really like. Here's what he needs to work on. I just thought it was really well done. And it was much more interesting than what draft coverage usually is, I thought. So that was cool.
Before you go, Nate,
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, you're not?
No,
I thought maybe you watched it. Is Belichick, is he have a job?
He's
did
going to
he
be
get
part of
hired?
Monday Night Football this year.
Oh, so he doesn't have a coaching gig.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Because I'm trying to think the last team that they brought him in for was it Dallas brought him in for a second interview or something like that, or was it Tennessee?
It might have been. I can't remember.
But then that was it. That's like all I ever heard. I was like, oh, baby,
Because I was really surprised by Dallas because I just can't see Jerry Jones and Bill Belichick
working together.
coexisting, right? Because I mean, at least the persona of Jerry Jones is always like, it's my way or the highway, and he's got the money to be able to do that. But
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Bill Belichick would tell him he could go suck a big satchel of Richards because fucking Bill Belichick,
Right. Yeah, he's got a good resume.
Yeah. So
So what have you been up to?
good. How are you?
No, it was 64 degrees.
Oh, okay.
No draft input?
I don't watch enough college football.
I think you said all of it.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to.
There's nothing left unsaid, so
All right.
I
Cool.
think everything's been covered.
Thanks, emailer.
Yes, thank you. He also did put a PS, hey, Ben.
Oh, all right. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
That's you.
Oh, I think I know who that person was, and to him I say 812 DDU, and he'll know what that means.
All right.
Kind of a code.
We will.
Yep.
We will find out. I guess on another. Maybe next week we'll let everyone else know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that testicle cheesecake face.
Oh, I mean, I could tell you guys aren't going to find it. I don't, not so much anymore, but back in the day, I had a big thing with memorizing license plates.
I still do.
I knew everybody's license plate, and I was a smoker, so I would always stand outside at work and, rip darts or whatever. And so all the people that parked on that side of the parking lot where I sat, I knew everybody's license plate.
Damn.
And if this is who I think it was, I don't get to see the emails, but I always, he always was like, you're a freak of nature. Like how, why, first of all, and then how. And I still, if that's who it was, I still remember his license plate number.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I can probably give you a hint.
Okay.
So he's out on the East Coast.
Okay.
He's on
South.
on the right,
Like
on the
Maine,
right coast.
Boston,
Yeah.
Carolinas.
Carolina.
Just to help you
Yeah,
out.
yeah, that's right
General
then.
area.
I was correct then.
Yeah, he's on the right coast.
Let's how you remember license plates. We know a guy named Dan, and you'll be talking about somebody, and he'll just rattle off their house number.
Address
And I mean, he was a mailman for I don't know how long, but
30, 40.
and you'll be like, oh yeah, he lived blah blah blah. And I'm like, I mean, come on.
You get him and your mom together talking though. And well, yeah, he lived at whatever 321 Main Street.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and then your mom would. Well, and then his sister's first husband's youngest son's
Right.
boyfriend was
Yep. Well, he
Lived down the
worked-
road from the Sweetflaw.
the Sweetflaw.
I was just
yeah.
thinking if that was by
Yeah.
the swivel offer.
It
farm
is,
there.
Yeah.
but it's the brother that worked at Gordy's, not Pick and Save.
Oh,
Two different brothers.
that tore that
the
family
short one.
apart.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Tore him apart.
Yeah.
that's probably why you know him. You know
Me?
He was
Yeah,
a Gordy's guy.
yeah. The
I
Gordy's
didn't even
guy.
know you were talking to me.
I was talking to all of us. I mean, this
Okay.
is a podcast.
You worked at Gordy's?
Yeah, I did.
He's got his headphones on the wrong ears, Zeke.
Oh, see, that's why he didn't
Yeah.
hear me. He thought it was coming from that way. Well,
He
yeah,
was
that's-
dreaming
that's
about
that-
getting home and busting out of that bucket with
Oh,
the
I
bidet
thought
on
the
it.
oil change.
Changing Lacey's oil.
Triple B, the big bidet bucket.
Put it on a shirt. But yeah, no, that's that farm. The one that you go
The
by.
Sweetflaw farm?
Yeah, that's the yellow one.
The yellow one, up
Yeah.
on the house up on the hill.
Yes, next to the blue farm.
So anyway, how's it going?
Then it's clearly never been out there.
By the brother.
Yeah, the one that walks with the limp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call him back flipping Limp Dickie.
Back flipping Limp Dickie.
No, that's the brother.
Oh,
That's not his real name, but that's how he goes by.
That's what we called him.
you did, huh? Do you do a lot of backflips when you got a bad leg?
Yeah, because he walked with a cane.
Yeah. And it
What
was
does
the-
that have to do with backflipping?
Because when he sat down in a chair, he fucking flipped her right backwards.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
But nobody
Back to
picked it.
Limp Dickie.
Yeah, well, nobody picked on him because the bus actually come all the way down to the street because he couldn't make it all the way to the other end. By the stop sign.
Oh,
So that's why nobody picked on him.
I got you.
Yeah.
That's the boy that got his foot caught in the PTO.
Right.
Yeah. We told him not to jump off the back of the tracker, and he said, "Fuck you," and he did it anyways, and it was all downhill from there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the guy. Anyway.
Okay, sure.
Now you know.
Carl, yeah.
I think it was last week we had an emailer ask us or suggest to us to do structures and have segments and stuff. And
How's
this
that
is,
going?
This is why we don't. This is why we don't.
We tried it again this week, and you're going to have to wait till next week.
Well, we did 2 or 3 in a row.
We're working on it. We're working on it, Colin.
Slowly, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
You can't see again. You can't see it, but we have it. Intro, weather.
Yeah, it's
what
right
we did this
there.
week. The mail bucket.
We've
Now,
hit
we
on
can-
all of those so far.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're doing fine.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think.
we're doing fine.
Stop yelling at me. You're not my real mom.
You're lucky I'm not.
He calls you daddy.
So,
So what do you want?
fucking movie?
What do you want to talk about?
we left them hanging now for an extra 3 days on
With the
travel
travel,
traditions.
yep.
Oh yes, yeah.
Do you have anything that you do, or even like just a funny story? Is the time you were on a vacation or you were traveling, something fun, traditions that you have to do every time that you go somewhere?
I got a few.
I got a
Let's
couple.
just start. We don't have. Let's break the norm.
I'm fine if you want to go first. It doesn't matter to me.
He was.
Let's start
Jason,
from our
you got
right.
anything?
Oh, I'll wait.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
All right, I'll go. Fuck you guys then. I don't care. I'm not shy.
No, this one time.
At band camp.
Oh, at band camp. I mean, when I was a kid, like most families, I would guess, when we would do a road trip or go on vacation, it was always to see how many license plates you could see from other states.
Is that where you started memorizing? Maybe that's where
It
it
probably
come from.
was, yeah. But yeah, we would always do that. Watch license plates, see how many states you could rack up. Nothing else really as far as traditions or anything other than my dad always yelling at me anytime we went anywhere.
Well, that wasn't even. That was not.
Well, yeah,
not
but
just travel.
I
specifically.
like to read a lot when I was a kid. And I still do, but we would go somewhere, and this was obviously before Kindles or anything like that, right? It was real books. And I would have a duffel bag with all my clothes, and then I'd have a duffel bag full of books for the trip there and the trip home, and I would just sit there and read. And we'd be driving through wherever, right? Montana. Look at this beautiful scenery. And Ben's in the back of the car reading a book. Dad, oh, would you look at that? And oh yeah, let's go back to my Hardy Boys.
Back to the book you found in the bathroom closet.
Yeah, there's a lot of pictures. There wasn't much need to read there. Plus, most of the pages were stuck together. But
After you found it.
well, yeah, it's neither here nor there. But the pages were stuck together. But yeah,
That's why you
one of
use
the
your sock.
one of the few kids that got yelled at to put the book down because I wasn't paying attention to the scenery. But I have some funny travel stories. So one year we took a trip out to Montana, and I was, gosh, I don't know, 11, 12, 13 years old. And we towed our tent camper, and we stopped along the way, and we would, camp each night wherever we ended up at. But we one day we had stopped at a rest stop to use the facilities, and there was this couple there at the rest stop. Mom and I came back from the bathroom, and my dad was talking to him, and these people were saying that they had ran out of gas, and they wanted to know if we could give them a ride to the gas station. And my mom and I were both immediately just like, behind these people, but looking at my dad, and both of us were like, no, shaking our head, no. We're in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in the Dakotas somewhere, if I remember correctly. We don't know these people from Adam. They might want to chop us up and wear our face like a fucking Ben mask, And we're just like, nah. And my dad's like, yeah, hop in. We got plenty of room in the van. We can take you to the gas station, no problem, And I immediately know my dad is going to get his ass handed to him by my mother if we survive this situation. But anyway, so we had a minivan, a Ford minivan. I can't think of if it was the Aerostar. Is that right? Anyways,
That
think
is
that's
a
a
that is a
Chevy.
van, but
It's a Chevy Aerostar.
whatever. It was the Ford, whatever. So I get
Windstar.
Windstar. Maybe that's
Windstar,
what it was.
yeah.
So I still to this day I always carry a pocket knife with me, but at that time I had a Swiss Army knife. So I slide all the way over to the far left, right, and these two people hop in the back seat next to me. And on your Swiss Army knife, you got all the little attachments and the tools and everything. And there's one, I think it's called an awl, and it's just like a big metal spike. So I popped that sucker out, and I got it like sticking out between my pointer finger and my middle finger. My arms crossed across my chest. Because I'm just waiting for these people to like pull a gun on my dad, right? And I'm just going to start stabbing this fucker in the throat with my with my Swiss Army knife thing. And I feel like I'm a tiger poised to pounce like the entire way to the gas station. Like I'm just ready, right? And we get to the gas station and these people hop out and go inside to buy a gas can to fill up. And the second they're out of the car, my mom, what in the fuck are you thinking? Letting these fucking people get in our van. We don't know them from fucking. They could be wanting to kill us. What the fuck are you know? She just laid into my dad, and my dad was just like, And so they came back over, and they're like, we can give you guys $20 or $50 if you could give us a ride back. And my dad's like, no, we can't. Can't be giving you a ride back to your vehicle. We're going the other direction, And my mom might have punched my dad in the face if he had said yes. She was not a happy camper, but yeah, it was just. That's one I think about all the time, Just and they were super nice people. They chit chatted the whole way to, just ran out of gas. Needed some help, but man, it's one of those things where it just, could have been super bad. But the other. I have one more story, and then I'll hand it off. My wife and I took a cruise here, I don't know, maybe 10-ish years ago. And every night after we'd get done with all the whatever we were doing on the cruise, and the wife would go to bed, I'd grab a cigar and a book, and I'd head up to the top deck where you could smoke, and I'd sit up there and have a drink, smoke a cigar, and just read my book for a couple hours. And it's a cruise, right? So I pretty much lived on sleeveless T-shirts and swim trunks and baseball caps. So I go up to the top deck, and I'm sitting there at the table, smoking my stogie and reading a book. And there's this couple like 2 tables away from me, and they're smoking cigarettes and talking. And every time I happen to glance up from my book, they're staring at me. And I'm just like, do I know these people? Like, do I got something on my shirt? Like, what's the deal? The entire time they just sat there, and every time I'd glance up, I'd see them stealing looks my way. And I'm just like, what the hell? So this went on for a half hour, 40 minutes, and they finally were done. And they got up and they headed straight over to my table. And the guy stops at my table and it just kind of stands there. And I'm like, I just look up and I'm like, hi. He's like, hey, how's it going? Really sorry to bother you. I really wanted, my wife and I were sitting over there, and we just really wanted to stop by and say hello. And I was like, oh, hi. And he's like, does anybody know that you're here? And I just looked at him, and I was like, no, not really, I guess, And he's like, well, I understand it must be really hard to try and keep it low key. He's like, your secret is safe with us. We won't say anything. But big fans. Just wanted to stop by and say hello. And I'm like, oh, okay. At this point, I'm like, well, they think I'm some sort of fucking celebrity.
Tales from the Hicks.
Yeah, right. But in my head, I'm trying to, who in the hell could they think that I am?
Larry
Chris
the
Farley's
Cable
been
Guy?
dead for years. Like, So anyways, so then I decided to just, play into it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I was just like, oh, gosh, I really appreciate it. I've been trying to keep it, pretty low key, flying under the radar, just, here for relaxing time, blah, blah, blah. They're like, well, that's really cool, and great to see you. Huge fan. Love your work. We won't bother you anymore. I just, I'd love to shake your hand. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I shook the guy's hand, and He's like, I wish I had a pen and paper. I'd love to get an autograph from you.
Oh, shit.
And I said, well, I don't have anything on me. And, I had my book. I think I was reading on a tablet, not an actual book, but whatever. I didn't have a pen or anything. And he's like, that's no problem. He's like, we'll let you get back to it. Sorry to have interrupted your evening. Enjoy your cigar. It was great to meet you, Larry. So then it dawned on me, like, they thought I was Larry the Cable Guy.
Yep.
So,
For
so
sure.
as they're walking away, I go, get her done. And they both turned around and like, yeah.
So awesome.
And I never laughed so hard
That's funny.
my whole life. I couldn't wait to get back to the room and tell the wife, like, yeah, they thought I was Larry the Cable Guy.
Did you see them at Any More Time on the
Nope,
ship?
but one other time on the ship, somebody else called me Larry the Cable Guy when I was in an elevator. They got into the elevator and they're like, holy shit, Larry the Cable Guy's on the cruise. And I just nodded and smiled. I didn't say
That's
anything.
perfect.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty funny.
Nice.
Chad, you are up.
Well, I guess something that I try to do and so far been pretty successful when me and my kids go on a trip or a vacation, even if it's to the cities or, Tennessee or wherever we end up going over the last 4 or 5 years, we always attempt to mini putt. Like
Oh, nice.
at least once, if not twice, but it's always sometime during the vacation we're going to mini putt. Well, except this last time we went to Dominican. We did attempt to, but there 2 of them on the island were closed or rebuilding them, whatever they were doing. So it never happened. So the following weekend when we got back, we went back to the cities because there's an indoor arcade putting thing, kind of like Action City.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Well, we went there, and there was other reasons we were in the cities too, but we went there. It was $90 a person.
For mini putt?
Yeah, well, so that's what we went there for. Well, it's an arcade thing, and you can't just go there and mini putt.
What was the name of it?
Something circus or cannery.
It was in the cities?
Yep.
Yeah. It's all real crazy Art Deco on the inside.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've heard of it. And I've heard it's supposed to be an amazing time.
Right, and one of my friends, Berg, he's the one that said, hey, check it out there, your kids would love it. And we will go back to try it, but I was like, that's outrageous for 3 of us to golf each. Well, after reading it and talking to him, you can't just go there and golf. You got to buy, I think it was a 4-hour armband or whatever for the
Yep.
arcade, because all the arcades are free play.
Yep.
So if you're in there, you play whatever you want, whenever, as much, it's all included.
Right.
I was like, well, and neither of them were like, oh, we don't want to, spend all afternoon playing arcade games. So I was like, well, but.
And I believe you can get beer there too. Like it's a brewery, I believe.
Oh, really?
It's
See, we didn't stick around long enough.
Yeah.
But, so we'll probably give that a shot again. But yeah, so I owe them 1 round of mini putt. But it's kind of the tradition that we always do. And I guess the only story that I have that comes to mind every time, I was probably 5, 6 years old. My family went to Florida. We drove down there in a couple minivans. And apparently I was a big fan of Achy Breaky Heart.
Oh, yeah.
And
Everybody was.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Mr. Billy, yep. And Mr. Mullet. And we were somewhere, some other state, and I was in the stall going to the bathroom, and that song was playing. Well, apparently I got caught up and just started singing it. And I don't know if they opened the doors or what, but yeah, it was some kids in there singing. Well, it was me. Well, yeah, otherwise than that, no, nothing crazy. I mean, just good times. So,
Jason, what do you got?
Well, just like what Ben said, we do the license plate thing and see where they're from and mark them,
We
check
used to
them down.
always had those bingo cards.
Bingo cards, you
Sliders.
slide,
Yep.
see a windmill or a
Yep.
farm or whatever. Yeah. No, the farthest license plate we seen was Alaska, which that's
It's a long ways.
Yep.
quite a ways. But I mean, you get down on 94 somewhere. We'd always go to the Dells in February to the wilderness, and we just And when we do travel, you got to have Twizzlers because,
That's a road trip snack.
yeah, that's for sure.
Like the minis or the full stick?
The full stick,
Nice.
yeah, those are good. You got to have them. Give me a heartburn, but
Really?
oh yeah, I eat them. The big bag.
Dairy free, so
Yeah, that's not something I would have ever thought you'd get heartburn from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just make sure we have all our shit.
that is important.
You take a bucket with you?
Got the bucket, yeah. That's the first thing I pack. Is get that.
I would think you'd want that to be the last thing you pack so it's easy access.
I was gonna say it's on my phone, but we got that picture of the bucket on the checked luggage thing. I think I sent it.
Oh
out to
yeah,
the-
yeah.
yeah.
Hitch hauler.
The group.
Yeah.
Well, the group text. Yep.
Yep.
No, we did. We went down to Columbia. We were in. I don't know what airport it was. I don't know if it was in Houston or
Houston.
one of. I don't remember. But I had my hands in my pocket of my sweatshirt, and I was just standing there and waiting for everybody. You know, you're tired when you're traveling, and I was tired, and I just had my hands in my pocket and not thinking, I'm in the airport, and I had whatever. And one of the TSA guys, their lady, she goes, "Sir, could you take your hands out of your pocket?" And I didn't know she was talking to me, and I turned around and she goes, "Could you take your hands out of your pocket?" Sure. So I did, and she goes, "Come over here." I'm like, okay. So I went over there, and could you take your sweatshirt off? Sure. I didn't know what the hell. Well, here she thought I had something in my pocket for whatever reason, but I didn't. Just my hands were in there, but she had to double check and make sure everything was.
She need to do a full body cavity search.
Did you request one?
I did, and she said, "No, you didn't need that."
No, I don't think you put anything up there.
Nothing in the prison wallet.
No. Mm-mm.
Maybe she thought you were playing pocket pool.
Maybe. It's fine. How about you? What do you do when you travel?
Ooh. Well, so what I guess the story I was going to tell is when I was on my way back, I had flown out to New York City
New York City.
by myself. This is six.
Oh, this is where you joined the Mile High Club by
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was
Oh.
a story from, a couple weeks ago, maybe?
Yep.
Can
Yeah,
we get
we're
to?
going to talk about this.
Here it is. There's the juicy stuff.
It was probably 6-7 years ago. I went out, spent a couple days in New York City. The night before I was going to fly back, we went out. What started as day drinking carried into later night than what it probably should have been, because I had a early morning flight the next day. I had to. Well, I know you're not going to think it's all that early, but I had to be up. I had to be up at like 4 a.m. to catch a cab to JFK to get on the plane, and it was early. Well, when you stay out late the night before,
Cab's here.
sorry, this story will get better.
No.
So then I still, I don't know if I was still drunk or still hungover from the night before, but get on the plane and I, sit down and I just kind of, like, we'll take this couple-hour flight to Chicago, and it wasn't a half an hour into the flight, and I feel the first kick on the back of my seat, and I was like, oh, like my head is just throbbing. And I'm like coming down from this great day the night before, and just now I'm paying for it. And I got this idiot behind me kick my seat, and I'm like, the first time I'm like, all right, that'll be enough. And it was maybe 10 minutes later, another one. I'm like, okay. And then 5-10 minutes later, another one. Well, this is not one of my better moments. I was pretty, I don't know if I was still drunk or hungover. Either way, I was irritable. So the next time I felt the kick, I stood up and turned around and it was like a 6-year-old kid. Well,
I proceeded to just pound the piss out.
well, I couldn't. He's sitting there eating Teddy Grahams or something. His mom is sleeping, and I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I can't do nothing to this kid, but now I'm standing up. So I went to the back, where I joined the Mile High Club on my own.
Nice.
Yeah.
I knew it.
But on the way back up then, I was like, you can't have these unsupervised kids like that. That's just, and like he's going to learn a lesson. So as I walked by, the Teddy Grahams became mine. And I went and said,
Taking snacks at
yeah,
least?
I took a snack. And then,
Regardless.
that was it. I just kind of looked at him like, hey, you picked the wrong guy.
You fuck with me, you get fucked with. That's a promise.
That's right.
Yeah. And then we landed then I landed in Chicago, and I had a lengthy layover. And what cures a hangover? And
More
Hair of the
drinks.
dog.
so I was at a TGI Fridays and drank myself silly for the 45-minute flight back to Eau Claire, and poof,
Nice.
I slept then the rest of that day and night. That was a rough one. That was my airplane story.
Very nice.
Yeah.
When you talked about Florida, reminded me, we went to Disney World for my golden birthday when I was 7. And, growing up in a small town, never been anywhere big like that, right? So before we left, it was like nonstop. My parents were pounding into my head, you don't talk to strangers. You stay by us. Like, this is the big city. They were really pounded into my head. So we're at Disney World, doing our thing or whatever. And we were on Swiss Family Robinson, which is an island, and you have to take a boat to get to the attraction or whatever. And I separated from my mom and dad, so I was lost. And I'm just wandering around Disney World, bawling, because I'm positive I'm never going to find my parents, and I'm going to be stuck on this freaking island, forever. And this Disney World employee comes up to me, sweet young gal, like probably early 20s or whatever. She's like, are you lost, young man? Can I help you? Can we, I can help you find your mom and dad. And I wanted to just take her hand and be like, yes, please. But all I heard in my head was my mom and dad, don't talk to me.
Yeah, right.
And she's like, can I help you? And I just looked at her, and I know, like, my lips just started quivering, and I was like, I can't talk to strangers. And I just turned around and I ran. And like 20 minutes later, my dad found me, and read me the riot act. But yeah, I can only imagine what that gal thought, because I just basically screamed at her, like, I can't talk to strangers. Yeah. That one makes me chuckle whenever I think about it.
Nice.
We had that down in the Dells when we went down there. We were done swimming or whatever, and you get in these shuttles, and then the shuttle would take us back to the hotel or where we were staying at there. And we were on the red line, and we were all standing at the door, and there was 20 of us. And Tanner was little. And we were all standing there, and there was a group in front of us, and we were at the door, and we were talking, and next thing you know, Tanner is gone. Oh my God, that was scary.
Yeah.
Back through the, everybody was looking everywhere, and he just got out. He thought he was with us, and when that group left, he went with that group, went on because he knew it was a red, so that's what we had to get on, and yeah, he got on the wrong bus, and everybody got off, and the bus driver's like, where are you supposed to be? I don't know. So he quickly then called in and said, I got a kid, but I'm going to go back around. And there he showed up, and then he was still sitting on the bus like, come on, guys. That's,
Why
dude,
didn't you guys get on the bus?
and that's scary.
It's like the worst feeling as a
Oh
parent.
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we pretty much everybody, we counted down. Then after that, Tanner was pretty much the first one. Yeah, we're here.
Home Alone, count the kids.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that was scary.
Yep.
All right.
It was Can Wonderland
Yep.
in the Cannery District.
Yep. That's the one.
Hicks at talesfromthehicks.com.
Yeah.
Sponsorship requires. If I got to do it every week, one
Yeah,
of these days,
it's gonna pop
pay
off.
off one of these times. and
Somebody's
you guys are
gonna,
be
for
like,
sure.
You know, Nate, that's been very smart of you to do every time
Yeah.
something comes up.
100%.
Well, let's get into. I'd say we got probably 10, 15 minutes yet. What would we get into next? We got a list of things. So I can't even read what I wrote.
Do
on
we
the
want
top.
to bust into another topic, or do we want to decide what we're going to talk about next week and see if anybody wants to email it?
Yeah, let's get that out because
Yeah, we can do that again.
I think it'd be neat
Try
to
to-
get some emails in rolling again.
Do we want to do the top one is roommate stories, I think.
Roommate
We
stories.
can do that.
Yeah.
So if anybody out there has funny stories or crazy stuff that's happened with roommates, or even if it's your significant other or your kids are technically your roommates, whatever.
That's true.
Just-
Housemates.
Yeah.
And there was a time when my mom was my roommate.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the story I can remember. I think you were with me. Well, you weren't with me afterwards, but that night you had been with me, and I think we had closed down an establishment.
The chances are.
It's happened before.
Yep, it has.
And I got home at about the time when my roommate, my mom at the time, was getting up and getting ready to go to work. So
Perfect timing.
Proud moment.
I sat and had coffee with her, and I went to bed, and she went to work.
No, I was just checking the mailbox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Couldn't
what,
sleep.
what did I always used to give her crap about? Mail-in?
Mail-in
Yeah,
rebates.
rebates.
Yeah,
Mail-in
mail-in
rebates.
rebates.
Yeah.
Mail-in rebates.
Mail-in.
Mail-in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good times.
Do you remember the time she got really pissed off at us when we lived on Perry Street?
I believe it was Grove Street.
Was it? No.
Yes. And what do you need to know? You need to know.
No, that was Grove Street. Yes,
That was
that
Grove-
was
okay, that one.
That's a different time. That was with him.
That was because of him.
Because
yeah.
of him, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys had wanted. I think your mom
No idea.
We were going to the races in
The races.
Menominee. Yeah.
and they had asked if we wanted to go along.
Yeah,
And,
well,
I don't know. I don't know. Well, you need to know.
Oh yeah. Oh, she was pissed off.
Because you didn't know if you wanted to go?
No.
Right, we didn't know. I don't know. We will, because your dad called and
Stay the
asked.
fuck home.
Well, right. But we were having supper. She was making supper, and we were having hot dogs, soak-ups hot dogs or whatever. And she was boiling the hot dogs. Well, no, I don't even think she put the hot dogs in though. She was just boiling water.
Water.
Yeah, fucking burnt the whole water out of there. Oh,
Boiled it
yeah.
out.
Boil the gosh, she was pissed. That's how she was
Wow.
yelling and screaming and yeah, everything else. No, but the time we were on Perry Street. You were pretty little, but
See,
we
I
must.
don't remember much from that town or that.
Where's
that
Prairie
house.
Street?
Perry Street up
Perry
kind of-
Street.
Is that the one on top of the
It's on the
windy
West
hill?
Hill.
Oh,
No.
West Hill. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
It's
guys.
probably out that way somewhere.
Well, I guess it depends where you're sitting.
Yeah.
You know, what if I do this? Is it that way?
Well, you get lost.
No, but for
Somewhere.
whatever reason, we maybe made her mad for whatever, and we must have been cursing or something because she was going to wash my mouth out with soap.
Oh.
Then,
Right.
If she was going to wash your mouth out with soap, then I don't think we were cursing. I would think.
We were in it together. So what had
That
happened
doesn't
was,
sound like something you guys would do.
You
yeah.
must have forced me to say something.
Well, what had happened was she was going to wash my mouth out with soap, bar soap, right? And say it again. She took that soap, and I said it again. She took it and ground it across my teeth, right? So it really. He goes, "You can't do that to my brother!" And he grabbed my mom's arm, took the soap, and took a fucking bite out of the bar of soap. And then she proceeded to shut the door and lock the door on us. So we're out in the garage, and she was in the house. And I'll let you guys know when it's time to come in. Yeah, and she had that bar of soap up on the windowsill for a long, long time. Yeah.
Just a chunk out of it.
Yep,
bite
you
out
did.
of
You
it.
took a bite out of that bar of soap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did it fucking help?
Yeah, she shut the door and locked the door and locked us outside.
No, for swearing.
We don't say
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
piss, fuck, nothing.
Yeah, you can't say
else. I
shit.
know
piss,
that.
fuck.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
God
good.
damn it.
No.
Nice.
Yeah, that happened.
Well,
That was
roommates.
about the same time you put that dog thing in your mouth.
I had a mouth fetish.
That
Good to see some things never change. That's why I've been friends with you for so long.
Back to that little tickling thing.
the uvula.
Uvula.
Yeah. I suppose you don't remember putting that in there.
Well, I don't. I remember the picture. I don't.
Yeah, that
remember
picture,
Doing, I
yeah.
don't remember doing
Oh
it.
yeah.
No, there's.
He always forgets.
I didn't do that.
There was a picture of it. Was
I would
like a
never.
nipple thing with a little ring on
Pacifier.
the one, pacifier and a ring on the one end, pink rubber thing,
Yeah.
dog toy.
Yeah.
And the dog had been playing with it and had it in its mouth or whatever. And apparently, I thought, well, the dog can do it, I can do it, so I'd put it in my mouth. Well, snip, snap.
Yep.
There's a picture.
And this was last week.
Yeah, I did it again.
It was Pokey's dog toy.
Hey. Yeah. So, you guys want to email us in? It's Hicks at talesfromthehicks.com. Let us know your roommate stories.
Yep.
Head out to the website, talesfromthehicks.com. We got shirts. This one.
It feels good.
If
Do
it
it.
feels good, do it.
And if it's not, you're doing it wrong.
That's right.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
Smash the like button. How many stars should they give us?
4 stars.
Five
Preferably.
stars.
Usually 5.
Yeah. And share with people you know, and especially the ones you
Especially
don't.
the ones you don't. There was the apparel, the shirts I was talking about. So that gets updated on a regular
Weekly,
basis.
I would say.
Yeah, at least weekly. Yeah. So be sure to go back.
Whenever
and
we
check
come
out
up
those.
with new stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something that we think would be funny to put on a shirt.
Yeah.
Put it on a shirt.
Put it on a shirt.
Hey, and people from Seoul, we still want to hear from
We
you.
still have
Yes,
guys.
How-
please.
How did in the world did you ever find us and start listening to our dumbasses?
And why
We'd
are
love
you
to
still
get-
listening?
just-
That's a better question.
Next
Yes,
question, why are you still here?
listening?
Right. Yeah. And
We
I
appreciate it.
don't
Absolutely.
have. I don't have the phone here to look it up. I'll have to look it up in here. Let me see.
2,500 streams. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, that's
good
pretty cool.
accomplishment.
2,500, and that's just been in the last 30 days.
Right.
Oh, that's not all time.
yeah.
No.
Oh, nice.
Let's get into locations if we want to talk about locations.
I'm going to have to get my passport updated.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when this shit really takes
do
off.
our live
Yeah.
show in Seoul.
Yeah, when we do our world tour.
World tour.
Coming to you live from South Korea.
Yes. I wonder how many Hicks they have in South Korea.
I would imagine a little bit.
I guess there's a bit of a language barrier there.
It is. It's definitely not English spoken over there.
Well, 544 must.
Yeah.
And if it's there's a chance that off air we were talking, they have a couple
Oh, the military
bases. So even if that's it, I mean, thank you. And
Yes.
Yeah.
If that's who's listening, thank you for our service.
yes,
For your
absolutely.
service,
Yep.
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like they said,
Yeah, and
shoot us
if you,
an
if you
email.
guys have time to listen to us, you get
Right.
time to shoot us an email.
Yep.
We're just 4 dudes. We don't care if it's good, bad, ugly. Just send an email.
If
We'll-
you've listened to our podcast, you know we're not proud. We're not.
right.
We're just a bunch of dumb bastards. Send us an email.
Yeah, please. Yeah,
Yep.
it's a good time. Yeah, anybody, you just shoot us an email.
Well, yeah. I mean, and now we've gotten, let's see, who is this? Has really kind of started coming up. Minneapolis is kind of starting to take a liking to us. Boston. Albuquerque. Albuquerque.
New Mexico.
San Jose, California. So,
Awesome.
yep.
Austin, Massachusetts.
Boston.
Austin, Massachusetts.
Yep.
Familiar with it?
I think Austin, Massachusetts.
Somewhere on the map.
Yeah.
100%.
All right. Well, yeah, make sure to subscribe, like, comments. Those things all help. There's a rating scale, and it
Yep.
helps move us up.
Boost the
and-
algorithm.
Boost it.
Ooh, that's math.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good at math, though.
Yeah, I had to Google Tanner's math when he was in 5th grade.
I don't
It's
doubt that.
it's hard.
Shit, now there's websites you can go to, and even with word problems, you just punch it in and it gives you the answer.
Yeah, photo math on
Yeah,
your little
Lacey
app.
does that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hicks at TalesFromHicks.com.
Yep. Get you through.
You know what
high
else we
school.
should do? I'll wait.
Well, we're here.
Well, I was just going to say, when we put something up there, we'll talk about movies. Good movie. We're best funny movies or your favorite movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, shoot us an email about anything.
Anything.
What's the weather like over there?
Yeah. Help us out with what our topics are going to be.
Yeah.
We got a
Yep,
couple
that'd
things
be a
wrote
good
down,
thing.
but it's always good to.
Yep.
We want to talk about things you want to hear. So
Or beer?
we talk about beer.
Beer.
Get Jason to wear his beer bunny outfit the same week that Ben goes shirtless.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Like
you
it.
and I are going to do, but
We'll just sit here.
Enjoy the view.
Yeah, I would
Absolutely.
imagine admire
Bark,
the scenery.
Bark, bark.
Yeah, and actually, one other thing when you're emailing in or commenting on Facebook, if we ever did go live one show, what's your inputs or, I guess, likely of tuning into a live stream one show?
Yeah.
Is it plus or negative?
what would be the best dates and times,
Right.
too, for us to do something like that? That's been something we've been tossing around.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but we've been tossing that around.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be for a while, but I thought that would be fun to do, like when the Packers and Vikings play.
Sure.
Go live and watch the game and
Throw shit at each other.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can watch Jason. I can watch you two bastards cry about how bad
Yeah.
you're getting your asses whooped.
Right. Oh,
You know.
sure.
I mean, it's the usual thing that happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys.
Yeah, we appreciate all the support.
And you guys watch games sitting on each other's laps still, right? Or no? Is that Packer
I've
thing
never
over?
done that.
No?
No,
I've seen it. I've seen them
Yeah,
do it.
I would agree with Nate on that one.
Jason's been on my back, but only when we were playing softball.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Good.
I was gonna see if there was. I thought there was a comment out here on one of these, but it might take a little while to find it. So
So, in the meantime,
Yeah.
don't forget to smash that like button.
smash bucking.
Bucking.
God, why do I always say that?
All right.
Malin.
Yeah. Don't forget to smash the like button.
Button.
Bucking.
And then, share it with everybody you know, and especially the ones you don't.
Yep.
That's right. All right. You guys have a good week.
Thanks, everybody.
You
Yes,
guys
thank
have a
you.
good, have a good short week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back
See
in
you
a few
again on
days.
Sunday.
Sunday, I would say a couple more days. Just
Yep.
a little pop up.
I think I might bring
midweek.
a beer to drink on
I
Sunday.
was going to do that tonight.
Sunday. A secret beer or like just a.
Yeah, just-
My thing I used to like doing on a Saturday or even a Friday when I drank a little more than I do now is I would go get a random 6-pack, like the Pick'em,
Yep.
down at
Yep.
Gordy's or wherever, and you just get 6 random beers. We did it a few different weekends out at the Tice's, and it was definitely interesting.
Nice.
There's some different combinations out there. So
So for those listening in Seoul, South Korea, or anywhere other than Wisconsin, you're gonna know we're from Wisconsin because when we record the shows on Sundays, it's usually 10 o'clock in the morning, and these guys are talking about drinking beer. So
but for them, they're they could potentially
might
just
be-
coming back because I think it's like 12 or 14 hours ahead.
it's a long ways.
if I
So it's
remember
Monday
right.
already.
They're in the
It-
future.
It is.
They're in the future.
Future.
They could tell us what our next show is gonna be like.
Guys, do
Nice.
that. Send us an email.
Yeah, send us an email and tell us what our next show is.
Yes.
All right, you guys have a good week.
All right, you too.
Adios.
Thank you. Bye.